you do stories about organ donation or a family member that has passed or something really difficult in a player or a coach's life or something around college football, you're naturally, seemingly, a very compassionate, empathetic person. Is it ever difficult for you to talk to players or people about those pain points? Do you ever feel like, man, this is even gut-wrenching for me, even to hear them tell this story, let alone now it's up to me to tell it correctly?
Definitely. And of course, the older you get and the more you add to your own family, right? I have 3 children. So at any point when speaking to somebody about the loss of a child, I feel that deeply. I put myself in their shoes. And sometimes that feels counterproductive in that space because I don't want to be blinded by my own emotion. But I do think that it helps sometimes that the person knows that you have that compassion, that you're coming from a place of empathy, that you understand, not certainly having gone through something similar, but that this is hard for them, right? There's this expectation of, well, we're ESPN, and if we call you, you're going to obviously open up your doors for us and let us rearrange your furniture for, 6 hours, and then push on these scars for however long you're sitting in the interview chair. And I think that's really presumptuous. Like I always say, none of these families have to do any of this stuff. And we are so appreciative that they are letting us share their stories with the world. I think a lot of people saw our story on the Hilinski family that aired this past fall, the story of Tyler Hilinski, who took his own life, and then his younger brother, Ryan, who is now a starting quarterback in the SEC at South Carolina, and the difficult decision that the family went through deciding whether or not to allow Ryan to continue his football career when it came back that CTE was on Tyler's autopsy. I mean, I started crying in the middle of that interview with Mark Hilinski, Tyler and Ryan's father, because he said something so profound and so heartbreaking that for me to sit there with a stone face would have been inauthentic. So I always tell people one of the keys to this industry is authenticity. If you can't be an authentic, compassionate human being in those moments, I think naturally he's going to look at me and go, did she hear what I just said? Or, am I talking to a cyborg? Yeah. Like, what's this big deal? And so, I was a little bit embarrassed. I actually apologized at the time. And I think it came back that it was actually one of those moments where we really connected because they understood that I was with them in that pain space.